Who in this?
I'll speak.
Are we all about to get on? Y'all was talking about the side. Yo, get on this other side. Read from.
Yeah, Habakkuk 2. Yeah. Habakkuk 2, second Habakkuk 2.
2:15 or 1? You said 2:15?
No, Habakkuk 2.
Oh, 2.
Yeah, no, second Habakkuk 2.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Cute. You got him up here?
Ready?
Yeah, yeah. Yep, sorry.
Hold on.
That's already live?
Ready?
Yeah.
Shalom, shalom. We're going to start off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to you.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahshua, Ba'ashem, Kakudash.
Double honor to the apostles of GMS that give us his truth and all the spirits and salutations to all the occupants of the spirit throughout the four corners of the earth. So we are here another weekend, another Saturday, as usual. You know, the prophecy, how about Shah, to prophesy the destruction of America, which is Babylon the Great in the scriptures. So, you know, we have a lot of current events, you know, tied into prophecy, you know, such as the thing with the LA wildfires. Matter of fact, get Isaiah 29:6. You know, the LA wildfires, you know, they're getting fucked up right now. They got a lot of Christians putting up prayers for LA, you know, a lot of non-believers, you know, so-called starting to convert to Christianity because they starting to see that, you know, this is the end of America, man. You know, they got Trump coming in on Monday, and they basically saying that hell's supposed to break loose when he comes in office. You know, so this is all tied into the scriptures, man. You know, we're living in the last days, and Yahweh Shah is getting ready to judge America. Right up.
Yep. This is Isaiah 29 and verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh, or Yahweh Shah of hosts, with thunder and with earthquake and great noise.
Yeah, that's right. With thunder, earthquake, and great noise. So-called natural disasters, which really are unnatural. This is not a normal thing, you know, to have these earthquakes on a frequency that we're having. This is not a normal thing to have all these wildfires. You know, this is not a normal thing to have all these storms and hurricanes and tornadoes. You know, right now we got Arctic cold or some shit like that, Arctic blast. You know, which is causing the east, well, all of America really. It's affecting all of America. But it's causing a record cold temperatures. You know, next week, you know, it's supposed to be like 7 degrees, and it's gonna feel like -10. You know. Hey man, this is not usual, man. So how about Shah going behind it?
Yep. It says, thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire.
Yeah, the flame of devouring fire. So-called wildfires, you know, fires from insurrections, as well as the ultimate fire, which is going to be the nuclear destruction of America, Babylon the Great. All right, so this is the Most High visiting the earth. You know, the Most High, he ain't gonna, you know, come down himself and visit the earth. You know, he uses the elements, you know, to visit people, man.
You don't want them to quarter
Right? That was it, right? So, give me that Habakkuk 2.
This is Habakkuk 2 and verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall say, Slaki, and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
Yeah, that's right. So the prophets of the watchman, get Ezekiel 3:17 real quick. What's the job of a watchman? You know, to look out for danger, to look out for invasions. You know, so when they were on the tower, they would warn the city. They would blow the trumpet. You know, warn the army that, you know, it's an army on the horizon. You know, they see on the horizon. You know, and what we see on the horizon is the destruction of America and the return of Yahweh Shah, our King, our Savior, right? So the Lord said, Habakkuk said, I will set me on a tower. You know, and that's what we're doing in the spirit. You know, we see the prophecies, the different current events, and we tie them into the Bible. We want our people to repent or die.
It says, and will watch to see what he will say unto me.
Hold on, let's rotate this way. Get away from the windows. We can, guys, we can. Let's try to do this quick.
Go back.
Yeah, fine.
Read it again.
Let's try to keep it down. So drop your windows.
It says, it's like, and I will, Habakkuk 2:1, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Verse 2, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
That's right. So write the vision and make it plain upon tables. It's vision is it's supposed to be easy to digest, you know, to the elect, you know, because the scripture says what? His ways are plain to the holy, but stumbling blocks to the wicked. To us, it's plain to see. We could see all the current events tied into the prophecies, you know. Whereas somebody in the world, it's a stumbling block. You know, they'll say what? Oh yeah, it's always been wars. It's always been this. It's always been that. You know, because they don't want to really. They don't want to repent because the scriptures condemn the lifestyle that they live. You know, so it says, read it again?
It says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Yeah, that he may run that readeth it. Paul spoke about running the race that is set before us, which is what? Being part of this truth, being, prophesying of this truth. You know, you hear the word, and then you go out there and teach others. That's what it means by that he may run that readeth it. You know, it doesn't mean that, you read the Bible and you just start running the whole mile. No, it's talking about the prophets seeing, reading the prophecies, seeing the vision, and going out there and declaring it to the world.
It's like even in modern terms, I gave him a plane, he ran with it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, come on.
It's not saying you like he, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Passed it on,
Yeah.
you know, took it,
Yeah.
you know.
That's right.
And it says, verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
That's right. The vision is for an appointed time. So we're in that appointed time that the Heavenly Father set up. At the end it shall speak and not lie. And it's speaking right now. Meaning what? It's being made manifest. And we see it. You know, the World War III that's prophesied in the scriptures. You got Russia, get ready to blow up America. You know, you got Iran, Russia supplying them now. They're going to supply them with ICBM missiles. Not the actual warheads, but the missiles that make it capable to shoot missiles at America. And America now, they're panicking. You know, you have the wildfires, and we're going into that. You know, the coming insurrections. You know, Trump getting in office is going to cause a lot of insurrections. And, you know, the White House, they're preparing for that. You know, they're saying, you know, they're preparing for so much insurrection that they said they're not going to protect Trump. So they're going to have the inauguration event. They said they're going to have an indoors. Because they have a lot of, you know, terrorist attacks. That's another thing too. You know, those are all prophecies. You know?
It says, though it tarry, wait for it.
Yeah, at one time it was tarrying. You know, years ago, brothers came in. You know, prophecies would take place. You know, probably every few months you hear rumors of wars. You know, brothers are getting excited. You know what I'm saying? But you know, over time, you learn you gotta have patience. You know, because each and every one of us, we all thought that the end was gonna come when we woke up. Oh shit, you know. But you learn over time that we gotta have patience. You know, so vision is for an appointed time, but and she's speaking that a lot. Lord, tell you, wait for it. You know, started with our apostles and elders. We waited for the end, man, for all these decades, man. I think it was Ariel King Mashah that told the apostles that it's gonna come upon a time where the prophecy is gonna be undeniable. You know, But right now, we in that time right now. That it's undeniable that the Bible is a living book. That's why it's called the living book, man. The living word of Yahweh Shem Shah. Because it's not just sitting there dead, you know? It's coming to pass. It's living. It's jumping off the page and affecting things around the world.
It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
Yeah, it will surely come. It will not tarry. So this is why we're sure that America is going to be destroyed. This is why we're sure that the mark of the beast is going to come to pass, which is the RFID chips. So this is why we're sure about, you know, the families and all the prophecies written in the book. You know, because we see it coming to life. You know, over time, it went from, you know, maybe, you know, apostles' times, every few years you hear something, and down to months, down to weeks. You know, now it's like every day things are happening, man. We can't even keep up. You know, and this is why Yahweh Shem Shah had, you know, all these prophets, because, you know, brothers got different offices, you know, different, you know, topics to cover. You know, brother might cover this portion, then, you know, a few brothers might cover that portion. You know, the Most High has everything already lined up.
That was it.
That was it?
Point.
Okay. That was it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you get that.
Second Ezra chapter 4, verse 37. By measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times.
Yeah, that's right. By measure have you measured the times, and by number have you numbered the times, man. The Most High, he's meticulous about everything, man. Everything has a purpose. You know? So the prophecies weren't meant for the Roman time. They weren't meant for the Persian time. It's meant for the time that we're in right now. And when you go into the book of Daniel, it tells you each and every empire that would rise and fall. You know, and it goes into Rome being revived. And what would happen when Rome would be revived? All the plagues that's due to take place is going to be in a new Roman Empire, which is America. You know?
That's enough.
And he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled.
Yeah, so the Most High doesn't move or stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. So the Most High, he doesn't, you know, he has the prophecy set up. He doesn't do away with certain prophecies just to, you know, speed things up. You know, he does everything in order. Man.
Yeah.
You know, this is why the disciples, when they came to Yahushua, they said, "Will you restore the kingdom of Israel? This is the time." He said, "What? This is not. It's not for you to know the time or seasons that the Father put in His own power." You know, so you know, Yahweh Shem Shah, he has everything set up in order.
That's why that's Ezra, right?
Yeah.
The angel Uriel was talking to Ezra. He said, "Patience above thy maker."
Yeah.
Because everything is in a set order. You know, he got the zip.
There's a sequence.
Yeah, sequence. Yep.
Everything got to happen in a perfect sequence.
Yep.
So in other words, the nuclear destruction can't happen before the MOTV take place. You know, or the destruction can't happen before there's a ground war.
That's right.
So everything got to happen in a sequence based off how the Most High said it had to take place in prophecy.
That's right. Because it's a movie plot.
Yeah.
You can't have the end of the movie in the beginning of the movie. It doesn't make sense. You know? Everything has to be in order. Every scene, you know, every cut scene. We're in a cut scene at the end.
Yeah, got it.
Oh, that was you, right? Finished? Okay, what you doing?
Go ahead.
Go? Okay.
Another thing that's happening on the 25th, I believe that's Friday, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's supposed to happen is six of the planets. You see the number 6, right?
Yeah.
Most High could have 8, you know, whatever. 2 planets aligned, right? But happens to be around the number 6, where 6 is associated with incompletion, and incompletion is associated with sin. And Esau, he's associated with the number 6 because he's incomplete and he's found in sin. You know, because completion is righteousness.
Yeah, right.
But just so happened, 6, all those planets supposed to align on Friday. Now, quick Google search, right? Type in how often do the planets align, and it should give you a list of how many numbers. It was, let's say 3 planets may come every, let's say 2 years, and whatever. Now, go ahead.
It says about It says about every 100 years or so, 6 or more planets line up and appear together within a small area of the
Let
sky.
me see. About every 100 or 6 or more planets appears together.
But they got different answers.
Yeah, they got different answers.
This AI said
Right.
millions and billions.
Yeah. Now, one of them I seen that says 10 to 20 years. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I took a screenshot. And hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, right here. What did I type in? All right, now. No, I didn't. I didn't screenshot it. But yeah, it says somewhere between 10 and 20 years. You have 6 of the planets aligned. And every couple of years, you get different alignments of planets. But the point is, Esau records these history of major events that happen when these planets align. You know, because when the constellation happen in the skies, these are omens from the Most High that something's about to take place.
Right.
All right, there's something about to take place, and the Most High about to do something.
Yeah. In Genesis it said what? Let them be for signs and seasons.
There you
days
go.
and years. You know, so this is the sign of the end. You know, last year we had the eclipse, and we're supposed to have a few eclipses this year actually.
Then
We're
I
supposed to have
found
blood moons.
somebody could read this right here. We had whatever, the AI.
This is the AI view overview. It says the frequency of planetary alignments depends on how many planets are involved and
How the frequency mean how often does this happen?
how close they appear to be. Inner planets Mercury, Venus, and Earth can align every few months. Outer planets, the outer planets Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune align less frequently, but last longer when they do. 5 planets. The 5 planets visible to the naked eye align every 500 years on average.
That's 500 years. Go ahead.
6 or more planets align every 100 years on average. All 8 planets, this is going off, all 8 planets align every 396 billion years.
Yeah, but so in other words, it's not something that happen annually.
Right,
Meaning
right.
annually, meaning happen every year or every 2 years. These happen like maybe centuries apart. You know, when these events happen. So somebody see if they can find something associated with events.
As far as
Events that happen when planets align.
Yeah.
Let's see if something comes. So you can type in historical events have been linked to planetary alignments and see if something comes up.
Got a piece up.
Yeah.
I'm looking for something. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1.
Historical events
Historical?
linked with planet alignments.
Chapter 1. Let's see. Genesis chapter 1 verse 14. Then the powers said, let lights appear in the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs to mark the seasons, days, and years. Let these lights on the earth, and let these lights in the sky shine down on the earth. That is what happened. The powers made 2 great lights, the larger one to govern the day, and the smaller one to govern the night. He also made the stars. Planets are also known as stars, right? The powers set the light in the sky to light the earth, to govern the day and the night, to separate the light from the darkness. And the powers saw that it was good. This is going back to the creation. The word God here in the Hebrew is Elohim. When you look up the word God, the Heavenly Father wasn't even mentioned until the second chapter. When you read Genesis, the first chapter, it goes into Yahushua and the angels, right? That created the heavens and the earth.
Right.
So it says, it says, to govern the day and the night, and to separate the light from the darkness, and the powers so that it was good. And the evening passed, and the morning came, and the evening and the morning were the fourth day.
Right. So this took place on the fourth day, and the fourth day, what did the Most High create? He created the sun, moon, and the stars. Then he said, "Let it be for signs and for seasons." Whereas on the first day, it speaks about let it be light, and that light is what that light is. It was illumination of the earth, the planet Earth, because you ever see the planet Earth in a photo or image? You see one side is dark and one side is light. And then on the fourth day, that's when the Most High created the sun, moon, and the stars, and it said let it be for signs and for seasons and for years. So now let's read that. Read out what you typed in on Google.
I typed in astrological historical events that happen linked with planet alignments.
So astrological is break down these words. Astro means star, and logical ology means study of it. So astrological historical events, and that's what we typed in Google, and then it gives you the AI overview of different links that's associated with your search. So go ahead.
This one, AI overview, it says astrologers believe that planetary alignments can influence historical events.
Planetary alignments can influence historical events.
Yep.
Because who's doing it? That's the Most High.
Yep.
You know, that's why when Israel went to war, you know, they'll have to go like Issachar.
Yeah.
Issachar, Lord said he gave Issachar the understanding of the constellation, so the constellation in the skies. So, go ahead.
It says, read it again. Astrologers believe that planetary alignments can influence historical events, such as the fall of Rome, the French Revolution, and the assassination of JFK. And then they give you more examples. The fall of Rome. Some believe that Saturn's influence was felt during the decline of the Roman Empire. The harmonic.
And at one time, they pretty much call anything that in the skies as a planet. You know, because the word planet simply, what's the word? I believe it's from the Greek. It means wanderer. That's why we go to in Revelation 13 chapter. It speaks about I think the word there for to go straight is the Greek word plantio. Let's go back to the word plan. It means wander. It'll go straight. That's the word in Revelation 13 chapter.
Oh no, I looked up etymology.
So read that and let's go to Revelation the 13th chapter and go to that part when it says go straight.
This is the etymology for the word planet. It says Greek planetis from asteris planetae, which means wandering, from planasta.
So at one point, so the term planet was a blanket term for anything that was in the sky. So if it was a star, I would consider a planet until it started being generalized to actual what we inhabitable places that we call planets today. Okay.
It says planetary wandering, and in parentheses it says stars. It says from planaste to wander, a word of uncertain etymology. But that's it.
Yep.
And I got something real quick too.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is before World War I, 1914. It says June 1914.
Before you read that, somebody pull up Revelation 13 and 14. You can read the 14th verse and then bring out the Greek word for deceiver. Go ahead.
Just the Greek word?
No.
Oh.
Let him.
Yeah. So it says June 1914. It says before the outbreak of World War I, there was a notable alignment of several planets, including Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, and the Sun. And then World War II. It says August 1933. Leading up to World War II, there were also several planetary alignments, including Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto. But again, these events had no scientifically proven connection to the war itself.
Right, because Like faith, you can't prove faith. You know, faith is something that is spiritual. Now, as far as proving that this was caused by, so-called caused by planets, alignments, these are signs from the Most High before He do things, right? And these things just so happen when major events on the earth happens. You know, it's just a coincidence. These are all signs for the Most High.
That's right.
And that shows that there is a Most High. Let's go. Read that, yeah. What's that?
I got the word.
Okay, all right, so read that, you bring up the word.
Yeah,
Read
yeah.
Revelation 13:14.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 14. And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
Now, even you look at that word for deceiveth, what's the word there?
It's in the Greek, Strong's G4104. It says planeho,
We get the word planet, right?
Yep.
What's the word planet means?
to cause astray, to lead astray, lead aside from the right way, to go astray, to wander.
There you go. It means to wander or to lead astray. So when it says, read that part again in Revelation 13 and 14.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 14. And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the
Meaning, what it means, wait, slow it down, bro. It says, and deceiveth them, meaning cause them to go astray. Who's doing this? Esau and his power structure. He caused them, that's why he deceived it. He caused them to go astray from the Most High. Go ahead.
and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles.
The miracles is the power that the Most High gave to him. What's part of the power the Most High gave him? Is his deception. You know, now through the media, but to even have a media, you have to have the technology to broadcast a major broadcast system. Where did that technology come from? The Most High. What is from the radio, the internet, a computer, smartphone, television. So these are all part of his miracles or wonders that was given to Esau. For him to do these miracles, these wonders, or to cause people to go astray. That's why you sit in your car, the first thing you put on nigga radio on is about wickedness. Because that's, even though, you know, Jake is wicked, but Esau, he pushed that out there because that's the sort of character he wants to the public. Because if you dumb these people down, you're able to have more control over the people if you keep them dumb. Go ahead.
Yep.
Finish that.
It says to lead away from the truth, to lead to error, to
There you-
deceive.
There you go. So read that again. Get Matthew 16. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight.
And in this case, the miracles represent to the bombs that he dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, because after World War II is when America became a superpower, and that's when the world reserve currency transitioned from the British pound to the USD, the US dollar. So that's why World War II is an important component to Esau's history. Because that's when America became on top. And then after World War II, what happened? That's when you have the formation of NATO. Go ahead. Because Russia was too strong for the U.S. So the U.S. formed NATO. Go ahead.
Saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Yep. So now,
16.
start at 1 down to 3.
This is Matthew 16, verse 1. The Pharisees also with the Sadducees came and tempted, desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven.
Now, they were considered to be wise men of that time, right? But you could apply it to wise men of this world. You can apply it to Esau too, right?
Verse 2. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say, it will be fair weather. for the sky is red. Verse 3, and in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the sign of the times?
Right. And you can apply the Esau's now. Esau could bring all the histories of major events that was associated with planets alignments, stars, blue moons, or whatever. Esau goes into all of this, but he cannot discern that's the end of his time.
Right,
You know, he can tell you how ancient Rome fell, how the ancient Greek Empire fell, the Median Persians fell, but he can't make the connection how that have to do how he's going to fall.
I got a quick scripture to back that point up. This is Obadiah 1 and verse 3. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks.
Yeah, because Esau think he knows something different that the other empires didn't know. Okay?
It says, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is on high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Right. That's Esau's mind frame. He don't see himself going down. Right. You got something else up?
Yeah, it says it's put in a planetary alignment before Roman Empire's fall.
Okay.
It says according to historical and astrological interpretations, the planetary alignment most often associated with the fall of the Roman Empire is considered to be a great conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn. So right before they fell, Jupiter and Saturn were visible to the naked eye. And this is the new Roman Empire, and America's about to fall. So this is why all these signs and events are happening.
Luke 21 and 25.
This is Luke 21.
And the main sign is the men that the Lord sent out here and decoding the mysteries of the scriptures to you. That's the major sign.
Yeah.
Because before the 60s, the scripture wasn't decoded the way it's being decoded right now. The prophecy wasn't being decoded. Who Israel is, now the leader of Esau know who the Israelites was. Now Israel as a boat know who it is. And you got the righteousness of Israel. So the scriptures are being decoded. That's a major sign right now. Okay.
This is Luke 21 and verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring.
Yeah. These are omens, a sign of pending danger. You know, and the Most High been sending omens. You know, for the last couple of months, he's been sending omens. The way the year kicked off is omens of the end of this, the end of times, or the end of Esau's power structure. Just last month, it was a big thing about the drones and the orbs in the sky. That was a major omen, you know. So these are all signs sent from the Most High. Then we had not too long ago, was it last year? You had the solar eclipse, another omen. So the Most High been bringing up these omens to let the elite know the end is near. Go ahead.
In March, there's supposed to be a blood moon and an eclipse in March.
Right by the time of the Passover.
Yeah.
I got one more scripture.
Yeah.
This is Jeremiah 28 and 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war, of evil, and of pestilence.
So read that again.
This is Jeremiah 28 and 8. The prophets that have been before me and
Now, we break down to you every week what the word prophet means. We're going to break it down again. The word prophet is composed of the word facade, which means to say. You got the word pro, which means before. So the word prophet or prophesied means to say before. What are we saying before? Event that the Most High gave events to the prophets of what's going to take place. And now it's being decoded and broken down. It's being told, this is going to happen. Nuclear destruction. And before the nuclear destruction, it's going to be a ground war. And then the second coming of Yahweh Shah with the army of angels, with chariots. They're here to bring destruction and deliver the elect of Israel. So these are things that are being said before, along with what? The MOTB. Break it down, Revelation the 13th chapter. What is to come? And what's going to happen to the elect? We tell you too, some of the elect is going to be put to death. So these are all prophecies, because how do we know this? It's contained within the scriptures. Okay?
Like at Jeremiah 28 and verse 8, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms.
Now, is not America's a great kingdom? Yes, it is. It's one of the greatest kingdoms to rule on the earth.
Yeah.
So, America is comprised of the destruction that's of the mini kingdom that was destroyed. It's comprised because America, the reason why the Most High destroys other kingdoms is because one, it wasn't a kingdom of heaven, and it wasn't based off the laws of the Most High. Just like this place is not based off the laws of the Most High. Other kingdom wasn't based off the laws of the Most High. This place is not based off the laws of the Most High. So this place is going to be destroyed. Get me knowing this from old, that the prosperity of the wicked is short. And then you can bring out your side. You gotta bring it out then.
This is Joel chapter 2, verse 30. And I will shew wonders in the heavens and in the earth.
And the word wonders literally means miracle, or the word, well, vice versa. The word miracles means a wonder, something that is amazing, that will amaze somebody. So something that is happening in the sky that cannot be explained, that's a wonder or a miracle. Yeah, or like word, something that we consider abnormal. It don't have to always be abnormal, but it's something that, you know, that people wonder at. Okay?
It says, and I will shew wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and terrible day of the Lord come.
There you go.
I got something real quick. This is
Let me read this real quick. So I just type in wonder, and you can apply this to a miracle. Now, wonder, a feeling of surprise mingled with admiration caused by something beautiful, unexpected, unfamiliar, or unapplicable. That's the wonder. So these things going to happen in the skies before the coming of Yahweh Shah. Go ahead.
This is Habakkuk.
No, let them bring this.
Okay.
Job chapter 20, verse 5, that the triumphing of the wicked is short.
Wait, read it. We'll bring out the verse up, bro.
Job chapter 20, verse 4, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth?
So notice not this from old time into history, right? Go ahead.
Verse 5, that the
Triumphant means of rulership. Go ahead.
of the wicked is short.
Of the wicked is short. Now, what is wickedness? What is sin? Sin is the breaking of the Most High's laws. So the Most High show you from time to time every kingdom being taken down, being destroyed, being overthrown, because one, it didn't exercise or practice the laws of the Most High. So that was one of the main reasons why they went down. Go ahead.
And the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment.
And the joy of the hypocrite for a moment. Now, ancient Rome and the ancient Greek lifestyle was known for homosexuality. You think the Most High was going to let that go on? He took it down. And the same thing he's going to do to this place, America. He took down Sodom and Gomorrah because they was wicked. You know, the Median Persian Empire, they was wicked. They wasn't serving the Most High. No, they was worshiping their own gods. They wasn't paying reverence to the Most High. So that's wickedness right there too. That.
Verse 6, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reached up unto the clouds. Verse 7, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung.
That's the prophecy for Esau. He's gonna perish forever. That.
They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Verse 6, he shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night.
There you go. So Esau's destruction is going to be like a nightmare. And you know, you're waiting for a nightmare, And you think about it for a second, but you go about your day. That.
This is Habakkuk 1 and verse 5. Behold ye among the heathen, and regard, and wonder marvelously, for I will work in your days.
Now these heathen is talking about Israelites. That's what I said, among the heathen. Because Israel was scattered among the heathen. And being mingled among the heathen, what happened? They took on their practices. They took on their language. They took on their diet. They took on their gods. They took on their apparel. And over generation, what happened? They went away from the Most High because whatever they picked up from their parents, they passed it down to their children. To the point they didn't even know they was Israelites. They didn't even identify as Israelites. But they had to be taught back who they were. Who was their power? What was the promise given unto their people? So everything had to come back to them. That
It says, for I will work in your days, which you will believe not, though it be told you. That was the point.
It says Nehemiah 13 and 23.
you know what? Give it to the brother. We'll finish it.
Oh, you
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was like,
13 and 23.
Okay, 13 and 23.
Like the elder was saying, you know, you had a lot of Israelites that fell astray from their heritage, you know, due to the scattering. You know, this is some that's very common. You know, you have Jakes, for example, that come from Jamaica, they come to America and live here for years. And when they go back to Jamaica, they call them Yankee boy. You know, and Haiti, you come to America, go back to Haiti, they call you a diaspora, which is diaspora, which goes back to the Greek, you know, which is the scattering. All right? So,
This is Nehemiah 13 and 23. In those days also saw I Jews that had married wives of Ashdod and of Ammon and of Moab, and their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod, and could not speak in the Jews' language.
yeah, that's right. So even all the way back then, their children didn't even speak Hebrew. That's why when you go to Acts 2 and 5, that's why when you go to Acts, it says it was Jews from all over the world that was amazed when Peter started speaking their languages. You know, because they didn't speak the Hebrew. They might have spoken a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They might have understood it. You know, just like, you know, let's say even from Haiti, for example, Haitians that's born here, they might understand Creole, but you know they're not able to speak it. So it was the same situation going all the way back then. There was nothing new under the sun.
But according to the language of each people, keep going.
No, that was it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so back even all the way back then, you had Israelites that didn't even speak Hebrew. So what do you think happened over time? Over time, the descendants, you know, all spake the languages of those lands. You know, and they fell away from their customs eventually, especially going into the Greek period, where it was illegal for Israel to call themselves a Jew, you know, to keep the customs of the Bible. So over time, a lot of Israelites fell off from their heritage. Those are the Gentiles that Paul went unto. Got that?
In Acts chapter 2, verse 5, and there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men, out of every nation under heaven.
Yeah, out of every nation under heaven. So Israel is scattered throughout all nations. This goes back to the curses of Deuteronomy 28 and 64, where Israel will be scattered, you know, through captivity. So the Jews back then, it says Jews devout men. So you had Israelites that were scattered, but among them you had the ones that were devout. That still, you know, knew the customs of their forefathers. So every year they made those trips to Israel, because the scriptures say what in the law, 3 times in a year, so thy sons appear before me. So Passover is one of them. So they appeared in Jerusalem from all over the world, right?
Verse 6, now when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in his own language.
Yeah, so they were amazed, like, what? Speaking my language? You know, they might have been in the land of the Elamites, speaking Elamite language, that Indian shit. They might have been in Iraq, speaking you know, the tongue, you know, back then. You know, Aramaic, you know, Arabic or whatever. You know, in Moabite land, speaking that group shit. You know, so when they heard them speak their own language, they were amazed. That was a miracle, because they were coming from all those lands, and when Peter was speaking, every one of them heard him in their own language. That one was the miracle was. Say this brother speak Spanish and that brother speak, I don't know, Portuguese. I'm speaking right now, but he's hearing Spanish and he's hearing Portuguese. So that was a miracle. Like, what? What's going on? Like, you understand him too? No? Go ahead.
Verse 7, and they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, behold, are not all these which speak Galilean?
Yeah, these brothers speak Hebrew. Like, how the hell they know our tongue? You know?
Verse 8, and how hear we every man in his own tongue wherein we were born?
Yeah, so multiple different languages that they heard it in their language. Even though he was speaking and every last one of them heard it in their language. That's a miracle.
That's right. And you know what I showed you too, that you always had a community of Israelites that still was familiar with the customs. They were still familiar with the give me 6 o'clock here. They was familiar with the custom of Israel, but then you had a larger community of Jakes that didn't know.
Yeah.
Like when Paul wrote to the Philippians, right? Where's Philippi? That's in Greece. Corinth. Where's Corinth found? In Greece. And so you had Israelites that lived in Greece that knew, but you had a lot of them that didn't know. So Paul was sent to teach to the Israelites that didn't know those Israelites. You know, that's why he was traveling, because Paul was qualified. You know, he was familiar with the culture and the language, and he was educated, so to speak.
He was from Tarsus.
He's from Tarsus. And then even in Asia Minor, you had Israelites that knew there was Israelites that was living in over there. Then you had a lot of them that didn't know there was Israelites.
This is Deuteronomy 28:64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of heaven, from one end of the earth, even unto the other.
Yeah, that's right. So Israel has been scattered. So in every continent, every country you go to, you got Israelites dwelling there. That's why Yahushua said he's going to gather his elect from the four corners of the earth. The elect are all Israelites. When you go to the book of Isaiah, it says Israel, mine elect. So in order to be part of the elect, you have to be an Israelite.
That was the point.
You get that?
Acts chapter 11, verse 19. Out there which were scattered abroad upon persecution that arose about Stephen traveled as far as Venice and Cyprus and Antioch, preaching the word to none but unto the Jews only.
Yeah, so you had Jews in all those lands. You know, and just like, you know, you come to America, there's different communities. You got Chinatown, you got different cities that's made up of straight up Elamites. You know, you go to Little Italy, you got Little Haiti. You know, because people always stick with their own kind, their own people. So when they go to those other lands, they stick to their own people. They got their own places, their own cities, their own stores. So that was what was going on back then. So it says they was going to all those Greek lands, preaching the word to none but the Jews only. So you had Jews from every nation under heaven, man. They weren't just in Israel. So when Paul went to the Gentiles, those were simply Israelites that fell away from their heritage.
Yep. There's more?
Verse 20, and some of them were men of Cyprus and Cyrene, which when they were come to Antioch, spoke unto the Grecians, preaching the Lord Yahushua.
Yeah, Grecians. When you go into the word Grecian, it means Greek-speaking Jew, a Jew that speaks Greek, which goes back to the Greek word Hellene, you know, which is the word there for Gentiles in a lot of places in the New Testament. So that's why it says there is no difference between the Jew and the Greek. Why doesn't it say there's no difference between the Jew and the Moabite, the Jew and the Edomite, the Jew and the Greek? Because the Greeks were the ones that Hellenized the Jews. Right. So the Jews fell away from their customs and started following the customs of the Gentiles. But they were still Israelites, you know? And when you go into the Maccabees, it speaks about the Lacedaemonians. It says they are our brethren. They were Greeks, but they're our brethren. They're Israelites that's under the Greek customs.
Was it the Spartans?
Yeah, the Spartans. The movie 300 is based off of them.
It was a small,
small.
the tough guys.
One more verse. Verse 21, and the hand of the Lord was with them, and a great number believed and turned unto the Lord.
Yeah, that's right. So a lot of those Gentiles, those are the Gentiles that believed. You know, Cornelius, he was considered a Gentile, but he was an Israelite. You know, he might have been following the Roman customs, but deep down inside, he still knew he was a Jake. You know, he still knew he was a Jake. He still knew what his lineage, his forefathers go back to. Because one thing about you believe. One thing about the ancient world is they always mention their forefathers. When you watch the old movies, they ask them, "Who are you? Where you from?" I'm the son of such, son of such from this land. You know, they always rep who their forefathers were. So back then, Jake knew who they were too. You know, they might have not accepted it. Like, yeah, you know that dude, I don't follow that shit. You know, I'm Greek. You know, like Timothy.
Just like today. I'm Christian. Even though you tell them, I mean, Jake don't hear.
Yeah, that's right.
They stuck in their ways.
Yep.
Like even like the dude that grew up as a Jew, the one that helped out Titus and them in the siege of Jerusalem. He got like Augustus, something, Alexander, something. They said he grew up as a Jewish, as an Israelite, and he left his customs to follow the Roman customs. You know, and then he basically turned on his own people. You know, I just typed in ChatGPT the Hellenized period. The Hellenized period, also as the Hellenistic period, refers to an era from the death of Alexander the Great in 323 BCE to the rise of the Roman Empire in 31 BCE. So you see, that's hundreds of years. It marks a time when Greek culture, language, and ideas spread widely across the territories Alexander had conquered. It was known that Alexander conquered the known world. Yep.
So in other words, the Greek influence. The Greek influence. That's what it means to be Hellenized.
Exactly.
That's people being inspired by Greek influence, or Greek influence being forced upon the people. Like, give you an example, Egypt. What is Egypt? Egypt is a term that was put on Mizraim by the Greeks, because probably before the Greeks' interference with Mizraim, it was known as the land of Mizraim until they named it Egyptos. Same thing with Syria. The term Syria was something that was put there by the Greeks because they pretty much label everybody as Syrians. They say, "Oh, these people look like the Syrians. Assyrians, so we're going to call them Syrians." You know, but probably before the Greeks, it was known as the land of Aram. You know, or Padan Aram, which Padan Aram means plains of Aram. What else? Egypt. No, Egypt was the land of, not Egypt, Ethiopia. Ethiopia, which is known as the land of Cush. Greece came in, named them Eops, Ethiopians. You know, so that's Greek influence.
They call all of Africa Ethiopia. Everybody that's black, they look at them as Ethiopians.
Yep. It's like
That's Esau. The scriptures tell you that too. That Esau, let's go. Basically, he would remove the landmarks, and it also says that Esau would have a covering over the people. I think it's Isaiah. It says the Lord's going to destroy the covering cast over all people. You know, that's because Esau changed the names of the lands. He changed the names of the people. You know, and they did that with America too. And that's how you know it's the same people. America has westernized the whole world. They went all over the world, and you know, when Esau was pushing that Edomite supremacy, he pushed Christianity on them. You know, he pushed his customs on them. So that now you have East Indians now speaking English. You know, following Christianity. You know, all over the world, Esau did that. So that's the same thing that the Greeks did.
a little more. It says it marks a time when Greek culture, language, and ideas spread widely across the territories Alexander had conquered, blending with local cultures to create a unique and diverse cultural fusion.
That's right. So when you read in the New Testament, the Greeks, those were Israelites, you know, because they forced it upon us. They were killing us for following the laws of the Bible. You know, they forced us to eat pork. You know, they defied the temple. You know, that they did that to really. They did that to Israel, but they did that to the world at the time. Because it even tells you that all nations basically forsook their customs to be Greeks. That was it, right?
Yeah, that was it.
Yep.
Psalms chapter 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations.
Yeah, that's the mindset of the so-called white man. That's why they're always talking about going to Mars, going to other planets, you know. At the year 2405, this is what we're gonna do, you know, because you know their prophet, that's the Edomite. So the inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. Right?
They call their lands after their own names.
They call the land after their own names. You know, Leo Scipio Africanus, you know, named Africa. Asiaticus, named Asia. Columbus, you know, Columbia is named after Christopher Columbus. America's named after Amerigo Vespucci. You know, so this is talking about the Edomites, man, the so-called white race.
Change the names. Change the names of the lands to their own. Sometimes there's some other, you have other.
Oh, no, that's not it?
No, that's not
Yeah, and when the houses shall continue forever. Psalms 49:11.
Yeah,
I got it.
yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like,
Yeah, you get Isaiah 11. You go.
Okay. This is on First Maccabees 1 and verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this despite pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward therein that they went to do to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem.
Which is where the gyms. That's where the word gym goes to the Greek word gymnos, which means naked. Because back then, that's what they used to do. They used to get butt naked, work out. You know, they got butt naked, got in them. What they call it? A form of a sauna. They had those hot baths. You know, they used to get naked, get in a hot baths. That's Greek customs. You know, so they did that in the temple because you had a lot of Israelites that joined with them, that aligned with them.
Yep. Same like today. It says according to the custom of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised.
Yeah, so that's talking about spiritual uncircumcision and actual physical. Because you had Jake that took foreskins and sewed it back on their rods, you know, and also spiritually uncircumcised. Because the Lord says, I think it's in Jeremiah, it talks about circumcise the foreskin of the heart, you know, which is removing the excess, you know, the sin pretty much. Stop going off, you know. So go ahead.
It says, and forsook the holy covenant and joined themselves to the heathen and were sold to do mischief.
Yeah, so it's not just the Greeks. You know, they was into all those lands following after their customs. You know, they was into the Arabs' lands, you know, the Japhite lands following after all their customs. You know, because Israel has always been persecuted for following the laws of the Most High. Because we're a unique people. You know, you go to Judith. What is it, Judith 5?
Yeah, 5.
You know, he goes into the history. We are strange people. Here it is, everybody eating all types of abominations, following all these wild customs. And this people, you know, they stick to these laws, and they they're willing to die behind it. They don't eat pork. They rather die than eating pork. You know, these are strange people. Sabbath day, they don't work. You know, and Maccabees, it tells you about Jakes that died. You know, because they weren't willing to go to war on a Sabbath day. You know, so the heathens, they always looked at us as strange. Like, yo, what's up with these people, man? You know what I'm saying? They stick to these laws and all that, you know? Because we're the Most High made us holy. Holy means separate. You know, we're separate from everybody else. There's no other nation in the world that has the laws that we have, man. You know? Going in, when you go into James Adair, right? When he was observing the Native Americans. That's why he said, like, yo, like when you look at all nations of the world, they all believe in multiple gods. But these people, they believe in one God, which is one of the evidence they use to back up that they're Israelites. Because only Israelites believe in one God. No other nations did that. Y'all see what
Yeah. Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power.
That's right. So we're holy unto the Heavenly Father, man. The Most High, you know, he made all these, you know, he made all mankind, You know, when he made them wild, and then he breathed a breath of life into Adam, the Adamites, Israelites, and gave them the law, statutes, and commandments. That's what separates us from everybody else. That's why in the garden, the nations envied us, because they see the blessings that came with us keeping the commandments. Go ahead.
For thou art an holy people, separate. Unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people.
That's right. So we're special, man. That's why we're able to do all these great accomplishments, man. The fastest runners, you know, Usain Bolt. You know, you look at the top athletes of the world, all Israelites, man. Jake. Like, goddamn. To the point where Esau has to do studies where he's saying black genes are superior. That's why they're able to be so great at sports. I think 70% of athletes are so-called black. And then we're not even counting the so-called Hispanics. Yep. You know, so you include them. We make a majority of the sport entertainment industry.
I mean, even the ones that might be, like those could be Israelite foreigners.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, I forgot this dude's name, but he's a basketball player. He looks straight up like a white boy, but his father's Jake. His mother's an Edomite. He looked like a straight up Edomite, man. You know, but he talked like a Jake, like, yeah, man, you my father black. Like, what the fuck? White boy, you know? I would have thought, man, he's trying to be like us, but he really us, though. You know?
Don't tell that to IUCPK.
No.
They call him a half-breed.
If he white, he white.
Yeah, they're not spiritual.
They call them mums, they're bastards. That's what they call them, bastards. You know, they want both of your parents to be Israelite in order for you to be Israelite. You won't find that nowhere in the scriptures, man. That's not in the Bible.
David Graham, what was it?
A Moabite.
Yeah.
And one of David's sons, he had him with an Ammonite. Yeah, one of David's sons, he had him with an Ammonite. I think either David or Solomon. And he became the king. Yeah, he became the king. So your father is what make you an Israelite. Numbers 1:18. You know, your father is what makes you who you are.
Yeah, they say like Mamza is its own tribe.
Yeah.
Or there's a Mamza spirit. No, it's like the Israelite spirit or non-Israelite spirit.
Right.
Ain't no limbo fucking heathen Israelite creation.
Yeah,
you gotta belong to some family.
Right.
You know, like either you out of whatever heathen family or you're Israelite.
Right.
That's it. That don't even make sense.
They make it seem like there's 18 nations plus the Mamzers.
Plus the Mamzers, right? This is all nation.
They don't identify as and just there.
Yeah.
You know, like you got socks. You got that. You know, you got all these socks that don't have a pair. You're like, all right, there's no pair to this. You just throw it to the side.
But you made a beautiful point. You gotta belong to somebody because when your parents die, what you gonna inherit? You gotta inherit something.
Where's the inheritance?
Where's your inheritance? Right? So back to Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. It says, a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
That's right.
Yahweh did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people. But because Yahweh loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he hath sworn unto your fathers, it says, have Yahweh brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondage from the hand of Pharaoh the king of Egypt.
That's right. And the Lord's going to do it again the second time.
That's right.
And somebody get that, I believe it's the second time. That's Jeremiah 16. I believe 16, or I believe it started at 14.
And that scripture right there proves the Most High is not dealing with numbers. Right. Because you got a lot of Israelites that follow, let's say IUIC, because they're the biggest camp.
That's dealing with quantity.
They're not dealing with
You know, quality.
Yep.
You know, it's quantity versus quality, you know? Because most I don't care about quantity. He cares about quality, you know? Because at the end of the day, man, what comes with quantity is like defects. And that's his other Israelites. They got defects. Jake Perry, they got all these defects. And then they have to go to quality, because you can make all these, let's say in the factory, right? You gotta have something about quantity. It still have to go to quality control. It has to go quality control. And that's what this says amongst Israel. The elect is the Most High doing a quality control of what is acceptable and what's not acceptable. Because you have, let's say in the factory, it may have the stitches. The stitching might be a little off. The logo might be off. You toss it to the side. You gotta go to quality control. You can't put that on a fucking shelf.
If it was about numbers, there's a plethora of fucking stories in the scriptures that show you it's not about numbers. The Most High saved 8 souls versus the earth. David would have lost against Goliath. David was taller, stronger, mighty. I mean, Goliath was man slipping his tongue. Goliath was taller, stronger, way taller and mightier than David was. But it's not about numbers. It's not about height. It's not about warriors. It's not about none of that. It's about the Most High. Yeah, got it.
Yep. This is you want that scripture?
Yeah.
This is Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But
we read about that in the book of Exodus. And at that time, Moses was the deliverer. Acted as a deliverer. And Moses was the middle guy between Israel and the Most High, right? But now Yahushua, he's the middle guy. And Yahushua, he's the deliverer. Now, before the laws was given to Israel by the Most High through Moses. Now the revised or the new covenant is Yahushua, presenting the covenant. Whereas Moses did it in the wilderness. But this time Yahushua gonna present the covenant in the wilderness.
Right.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is Hebrews 3 and 3. For this man was counted worthy of more glory than Moses, and as much as he who had builded the house have more honor than the house.
Who's that man? Yahushua. Yahushua is that man counted more worthy than Moses. Go ahead. That point? Okay.
it says, Jeremiah 16 and 15, and it reads, what the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
That's here in America. But that's what it's all. The end is all about. The end is us entering a new age, and the ending of this age, Esau rulership, and the entering of a new age, Yahushua rulership. Okay, was going to be in righteousness, and the elect is joint heir with Yahushua. Right? Go ahead.
It says, and I will bring Slakia from all the lands whether he had driven them.
In all the lands we had driven them. So that means what? Israel will be scattered throughout all the land. Let's pull that real quick. Let's hold that. Let's get Ezekiel 36 and 19. So read that again.
Jeremiah 16 and 15. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whether he had driven them.
So all the land where he had driven them. So let's read that. Yes.
Ezekiel chapter 36 verse 19. And I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dispersed through the countries.
Who's that talking about? Israelites. Yeah. Read it again.
Ezekiel,
now, let's read up one verse above.
Ezekiel chapter 36 verse 18. Wherefore I poured my fury upon them for the blood that they had shed upon the land.
Let's see, we'll go a couple verses up so we prove that to Israel. Let's get context.
Let's start at 17.
Okay, and then read all down quick.
Ezekiel chapter 36 verse 17. Son of man, when the house of Israel dwelt in their own land, they defiled it by their own way and by their doings.
Go ahead.
Their way was before me as the uncleanliness of a removed woman.
Go ahead.
Verse 18. Wherefore I poured my fury upon them for the blood that they had shed upon the land, and for their idols wherewith they had polluted it.
Go ahead.
Verse 19. And I scattered them among the
And I scattered them. So who's the subject? Israel. Yep. That's the one that the Most High removed out the land who he was talking to. Israel. So he said he scattered them. Them is Israel. That's not going to change. Go ahead.
And I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dispersed through the countries according to their way and according to their doings I judged them.
According to their doings, I judge them. That's
Quick, so here.
yeah.
John 7:35.
Get on Jeremiah 9:16.
It says, Then said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles?
Who was amongst the Gentiles? Right? Hold that. We're gonna find out. Read that in Jeremiah 19.
Jeremiah 9 and 16.
9 and 16, yeah.
Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 16. And I will scatter them among the heathen, whom neither
Well, read up above. Read up above. You can start at 15.
Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 15. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I will feed them, even this people, with
that
with wormwood,
that
and give them water of gall to drink. Verse 16. I will scatter them among the heathen, whom neither they nor their fathers have known, and I will send a sword after them till I have consumed them.
you read 15. Read 15 again.
Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 15. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel.
There you go. So who's the Most High talking to? Israel. Right? Go ahead.
Behold, I will feed them, even this people, with wormwood.
So when we read, ye amongst the heathen, who's the Most High talking to? Israel. Go ahead.
I will feed them, even this people, with wormwood, and give them water of gall to drink. Verse 16. I will scatter them among. I will scatter them also among.
Who's the Most High talking to? Israel. How do we know that? Just read a verse up above, right before. That.
Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 16. I will scatter them also among the heathen.
I will scatter them also amongst the heathen, right?
Whom neither they nor their fathers have known, and I will send a sword after them till I have consumed them.
Okay, now read that again, Yahweh. So now we got the answer.
This is back in John chapter 7, verse 35. Then said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go, that we should not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles?
Now who's amongst the Gentiles? Israel. Right?
And teach the Gentiles? Yep.
Those are Israelite foreigners. Right?
No,
That was it? Okay.
I'm gonna read it in the NLT. It says the Jewish leaders, John 7:35, the Jewish leaders were puzzled by this statement. Where is he planning to go? They asked. Is he thinking of leaving the country and going to the Jews and other lands?
There you go.
You know? So that's the foreigners. Going to the Jews and other lands, proving that the Gentiles is the Jews. Yep.
Because you know you had the Israelites that was scattered that knew they were Israelites, but during the Paul apostleship, Paul office was extended to teach the Israelites that didn't know they was Israelites.
That's it. You guys hear that?
Oh, yeah.
I can finish.
Oh, go ahead.
Back at Jeremiah 16 and 14 and 15. But the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
And that's what's coming now. You know, that's what we're looking forward to for Yahweh Shah to come and deliver the elect. You know, that,
And from all the lands, whether he had driven them.
those are Israelite foreigners.
That's right.
Because technically we all Israelite foreigners. Technically.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
That will be us going back home. You know, but before there could be construction, there must have to be what? Destruction. You know, it must be a major demolition. And, you know, Esau understand that. What do you think of LA fire was about? You know, you think that was about? Because what do Esau want to bring? Esau want to bring a prison planet, you know, a prison lifestyle, you know, bringing 15-minute cities where everything's confined within 15 minutes. You know, all your necessities confined in 15 minutes. Social credit score, you know, your actions being judged.
I was interested in what you guys are doing. That's why.
Okay, just don't record us.
Oh, I'm on phone. That's
Okay, all right, no problem.
All right.
So what this is about is we're teaching the Bible We're teaching our people who they are. You don't have a coach up, son? That's okay. So I'm gonna put it on the
I'm gonna
phone.
pull it right now.
So we're teaching our people, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that they are the people of God. And read about the Bible about the Israelites. That's the people we're talking about. Also, what's comprised of that the Messiah, who the world laid, Jesus Christ, he's also a so-called Negro, right? And what we teach it too is end-time prophecies. What's comprised of end-time prophecies? The end of America. Now,
I've heard a lot about this. Yeah.
the end of America is comprised of America being destroyed by thermonuclear fire. But before that happened, there's going to be famine. Famine is the shortage of food, water, and necessities. It will be martial law, a police state. So if you stick around, you'll find out more.
Are you
So
guys on like a social media or anything?
we have a channel.
What, YouTube?
YouTube, GMS Playtime Over.
Yeah, wait, what is it called?
GMS Playtime Over 2. Somebody
GMS Playtime?
Playtime Over 2. It's probably going to help you out. So, the water. Matter of fact, let me ask you, where your family from?
Dominican Republic.
So you be from the tribe of Simeons.
Really?
Simeon. So yeah. So these are the tribes of the nation of Israel. And these are the names they being called today. You got, let me see, like this is so-called Negroes with the tribe of Judah. Now as far as Simeon, so-called Dominicans. So you're part of this. So
I gotta go, but I love what you guys are doing.
yeah, we hit every Saturday. So we was talking about the peace of prison plannings. So what's comprised of these prison plannings is complete control. You know, a social credit score. So your actions is going to be rewarded, and the reward could be good or bad, based on how you interact with Esau's laws, society. You paying your bills on time? Are you being respectful? Are you staying are you complying? And what comes with that is a Esau rewards. We seen that with the plant. You know what I'm talking about. And who was it? What this guy named? He said, "You mean you telling me if I get the job, I get this tasty burger?"
Right.
You know.
Right.
And I seen him. It was Mayor. Not Mayor Adams. I can't. Not Promo.
Bloomberg.
I can't remember his name, but I seen it down at the airport. Yeah, in New York. But it don't really matter. You ain't going about that. But you know, that was considered a reward, giving people tickets to go to events, whatever. That was all based off a social credit score. China already have that going on, but they want to bring it here under a stricter control. You know. Turning this place under a digital prison.
Somebody get covenant with death. They made a covenant.
Basically, the elders going into about
What's his name? I forgot his name. That's what that.
building
The
Blasio.
Blasio,
yeah.
that nigga.
Oh,
That. So you know, you can go on YouTube. You know, he's like, you mean I can get this tasty burger,
Right.
and all I have to do is get that put inside my body.
A Krispy Kreme donut.
Yeah, all of this. You know, they did give out free weed, right?
Yeah, $100 too.
But then that goes back to the social credit
Oh,
score,
niggas is worth.
social credit score, because based on your compliance, they're gonna reward the people that is in conformity. You know, anybody that's in conformity, they're gonna reward the first conformers.
Right.
You know, and make them feel like you're special, you're doing the right thing.
Right.
But Esau want everything under control.
Yeah.
This whole part, when you talk about the New World Disorder, that's what it is. It's a prison, putting everybody into a captivity, turning this into a prison.
An open prison.
That Karagma is the modern day Oud.
Yeah.
You know, when you mark your slaves in the ancient world, you had to put the Oud in the head, and he'd be a servant for life.
And that's really what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know, that chip is all about monitoring. You know, that's why when you think this social media is all about. It's to monitor you. I mean, when you volunteer information, guess what? Now they have a database on you. They know who your family is. They know where you work. They know who your kids are. They know what you hold on, brother. They know what you went to. They know your little fetishes you have.
What you're allergic to.
What you're allergic to. What you like to purchase. What's on your mind when you purchase this shit? You know, they create a database of all of this because everything's meant to be monitored. Because Esau want to be on the status of who? The Most High. Because the Most High could do all of this things, so he wouldn't be able to do the same thing. You know, but he first must create this setting. That's why you think these fires, brother. Why you think these fires happening? Why you think they setting up these congestion areas and then putting up tolls because they want to remove these areas where cars are commuting from and set up where people just walk around places. And going back to those 50-minute cities, the Internet of Things, you know, where the Internet of Things, everything being put in a database, everything being monitored, you know, through the internet. They got the 5G. They also got the 6G coming out. Go ahead.
China already has it.
China already?
The Internet of Bodies.
I literally just looked it up. I got it. Yep. Can I read it?
No.
The Internet of Bodies. This is the AI overview. The Internet of Bodies, LOB, is a collection of devices that connect the human body to the internet. You know?
You on the grid.
You in the grid. These devices can monitor the body.
The thing is, they want to uniform everything, you know, make everything into one, you know, just like, you know, Trump was talking about taking Greenland and Canada through the pretext of national security, you know. But if Trump was to bring in these uniform these Canada and Greenland, that's just another union, because you already got the African Union, the European Union, and then you have the North American Union, and then what's going to eventually happen, everything gonna be unionized together into one. Divide and conquer, and then make everything under one. Bring everything under one,
and then connect you with everything.
That's why the new world.
That's what they call a one world government.
Yeah.
One currency.
Yep.
You know, one state of mind.
Yep.
One religion.
Yep.
Or plural.
Yeah.
On the back of the dollar bill.
That's why, like, one of the new world order terms is what? Citizen of the world. You're not a citizen of the United States. You know, you're a citizen of the world, because the world now is all merged into one.
That's right.
One world government.
And you know, we mentioned about citizens. We used to want to bring in the bond state of citizen policing, because now, you know, show you that equilibrium. You know, because now, based off this social credit score system, now people want, it's not gonna amount to, you know, rat another citizen out, because, you know, everything comes with rewards. You know, that goes back to animal training. You know, matter of fact, look of, I don't know how much time we have. Look of 10 minutes. Look at a positive reinforcement. You know,
Positive reinforcement is a method of encouraging a behavior by introducing a desire.
that's how you mold animals. But Esau see you as a fucking animal. That's why he called people cattle.
Sheep. Got a dog in there with a tree.
Oh, look at that. And now the tree, you read that, type in the word stimulus in psychology.
It says positive reinforcement is a method of encouraging a behavior by introducing a desirable stimulus after it occurs, making it more likely to happen again.
Okay, now you got the word stimulus? Go ahead, read it.
In psychology, a stimulus is an event or object that causes a behavioral or sensory response in an organism.
So, other words, that stimulus, in the case of a dog, you have a doggy treat. That dog will do anything you ask, because it wants to treat. That will be the stimulus. So if you want the dog to do something, you will give him the treat, and when the dog want to get rewarded again, it will reinforce these ideas that you want the dog to do. And the same thing you do with the people. That's what they gave you. What? A stimulus check. that was the, that was to stimulate. That was to stimulate a response. You know. Stay in the house. Don't worry about that. Social distance. You know, we're gonna give you money.
6 feet.
6 feet. So read that part again. What's up? Yeah.
This positive reinforcement is a method of encouraging a behavior by introducing a desirable stimulus after it occurs.
So let's say that desired behavior is for the dog to sit. That dog sit. All right, good boy. Give him the stimulus, because the dog gonna see the stimulus. He's gonna want the stimulus, the doggy treat. And he's gonna sit down. He's gonna wag his tail happily. Good boy. And that's what Esau. That's how Esau treated the people. And with the social credit score, Esau want to encourage citizen policing. And there's gonna be different stimulus out there to excite people to do it, to encourage people to do it. Got it.
Jake gonna behave.
Yeah.
I was gonna say another example. You said the dog.
I'll be a good boy, master.
Like Cooley.
With the
Toby Cooley being a good boy to Andrew. You know, but another
yes,
example.
I'll be a good nigga, master.
The carrot on the stick. You got the carrot on the stick, and it leads the jackass to wherever you want it to go. Because he thinks he's going to get the carrot.
Basically, this is the episode on the Black Mirrors. When they had the app and she was in a taxi and she did something to the taxi driver and he put her social credit score down.
Yeah. It wasn't Black Mirrors,
Yep.
Yeah. And this is how you basically domesticate animals, right?
Yeah.
So I got the definition for domesticate.
Yep.
It says convert to domestic use, tame, bring under control.
It's the word tame.
Cultivation.
Tame, yeah.
So the system or the new world disorder is all about taming the sheep and monitoring everything that they do. That's why, first of all, we're already tamed by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. You know, we're not state property. We're property of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. We have a master, you know, and that master is Yahweh Shah. And Yahweh Shah coming to retrieve his prized possession. And so by taking that MOTB, you're saying I belong to Esau. And therefore, the Most High gonna leave you with Esau to be destroyed.
Right. Go get
Don't
Edomite
hang-
reward.
Yep. Though he ain't join the hand, they should both
The
not be
wicked shall
punished.
not be unpunished.
I got something.
And it also says cultivation, which is what culture goes back to, right? You
Another
culture,
word.
you know, you basically you're being groomed to be a certain way. It's like how you plant a tree, you know, you take care of it, you cut, you know, certain leaves and things of that nature. Esau's trying to bring you into the culture of the newer order, which is after his image.
Yes.
Even what you just said, the Black Mirror is predictive programming. It puts certain things in your face to prepare you for what's going to happen.
The culture.
Now, you mentioned the word domesticate, right? Now the word domesticate or domestic goes back to the word house.
Yeah.
And there's certain behaviors that's acceptable in the house, and then that's outdoors.
Right.
That's why certain animals, you know, you can't tame it because it's an outdoor animal.
Right.
And like you have a dog, you have a pet. You train that animal how to be and how to behave within indoors.
Yeah.
So that's Esau want to do. Turn that right to house niggas, house slaves.
right.
'Cause this America is a house.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
You know.
Yep.
That's why Habakkuk's second chapter speaks about the beam and the timber cry out of the wall as his place being destroyed.
Yep.
And the Lord said, you're going to enter to the house of the thief.
Sure.
Go ahead, bring it out.
You got a scripture? I got something backing up everything we're saying. I like to always bring this one out because it's an institute in UK, the Tavistock Institute, and they into the social engineering of the minds of the people. That's the spirit.
The word social engineering.
So read that first, and I'm gonna bring up the institute.
Social engineering.
5 minutes.
The use of centralized planning in an attempt to manage social change and regulate.
Now, I'll give you an example of social engineering.
Right.
Now, as a kid, you taught what? Rabbits eat what? Carrots. Mice eat cheese.
That's not
Elephant eats peanuts.
right.
You know, this is all social engineering.
Elephants are scared of mice.
Elephants scared of mice, afraid of mice. It's all part of the engineering of Esau's building up a character. Or you may watch on certain TV shows. They always show you that the wife is the smart one of the house. And
She was the prince.
yeah, she's the smart one. She make the difficult decisions in the house. She keep the order and structure in the home. Don't believe me? Watch Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Watch The Simpsons. You know, watch
American Dad.
American Dad. You know, any of these sitcoms, it's always the same format. You know, the Cosby Show, you name it, it's the same format. And the men is just always this, the dumb one, always into his ego.
Drunk.
He's a drunk, and he got his ego, and his ego blinds his judgment. And which is really, in reality, it's the opposite.
Right.
Women are into their ego and their emotions. The men is the one that deal practical, deal logically. Bad.
That's that witchcraft.
Social engineering, the use of centralized planning in an attempt to manage social change and regulate the future development and behavior of a society.
And this is a whole institute on what the brother just read. This is the Tavistock Institute, is a UK-based organization known for its pioneering work in the fields of social science, psychology, and organizational behavior. You see that? Established in 1947. I'm gonna go down. The purpose and focus. The Tavistock Institute specializes in understanding and improving human systems, ranging from small groups to large organizations and society. Its work often examines how individuals interact within systems and how these systems adapt to change. So it's a whole organized, it's social engineering. And look, I'm gonna jump down to the criticism and controversy. Some critics have accused the Tavistock Institute of being overly focused on manipulation and control, given its studies
Look at the word centralized. Go ahead, finish.
Given its studies on social influence and human behavior. Conspiracy theories have linked the Institute to alleged secret agendas though the claims are not supported by
That's
credible
all we
evidence.
need. You know, we ain't gotta go. You know, now read the word centralized and end with Psalm 19, the acquired goods and search. Go ahead.
Centralized, the definition centralized, controlled by a single authority or managed in one place.
That's, in other words, that covers the whole New World disorder. And that's what they want to bring. Centralizing the world. Under one control, under one order, one religion, one currency. So let's read this Psalm 19.
Tower of Babel all over again.
Tower of Babel. Now, the Tower of Babel was
Religion search?
okay. That was Salaki. The Tower of Babel was the concept of everything being centralized. Let's go.
This is Psalm 64:6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search.
Right, they search out iniquity, meaning they investigate, they do studies before they implement any type of action. They have psychologists, they have scientists behind that's backing the success rate on their plans. You know, they do a lot of studies. That's what psychology means. Psych means mind, ology means study. Combined together, study of the mind. Go ahead.
That's what they do with the projects. They studied mice to create the projects. It says, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
There you go. So Esau look into everything, man, and that's why he's able to have control over the masses. But the Most High put restrictions to this control because Esau's time is up. But Esau thinks he has more time to come, but we entering a new age, and this age is closing out. That finish that.
That was it.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna close 6 o'clock.
One more.
Yeah, big,
Okay,
quick.
this is Ezekiel 28:3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from you.
That's it. And Esau look into everything, and really the knowledge comes from the Most High. So we're gonna close. Lord willing, it was edifying. We're gonna say, call Alayim, Yahweh,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Ba'akudash.
Shalom.